12 testers, 14 days. For Android developers, this seems like a straightforward checklist to get an app onto the Google Play Store. You recruit the users, the clock runs out, and you submit the application. But instead of an approval, you get an automated response stating that your app requires more testing. It is a deeply frustrating experience. You checked off every bureaucratic box, yet Google's review system is measuring metrics that have nothing to do with a calendar countdown. The 12-tester, 14-day rule is an eligibility threshold. It is the minimum requirement to submit an application, not a guarantee of approval. To actually launch an app, developers must pass a gauntlet of invisible quality filters. To understand why rule-following applications fail, we have to take a forensic look at the data Google actually tracks. Google prioritizes behavioral telemetry over static metrics like download counts or opt-ins. One common failure pattern is the illusion of engagement. This happens when 12 testers install the app and open it once for 10 seconds on day 1, then never interact with it again. This calendar grid highlights what the algorithm searches for: session duration, depth of feature exploration, and consistent usage. A single interaction on day 1 triggers a flag. A healthy test shows varied sessions distributed across the full 2 weeks. To avoid this, you must assign specific multi-day tasks to your testers. Ask them to create an account on day 3 and test the search feature on day 7. Geography matters. If 12 testers share a Wi-Fi network or cluster in a tight radius, the system triggers a warning. Tight clustering looks like one developer using dummy accounts. Authentic testing requires geographic distribution, proving these are independent human users. When the system detects passive engagement and clustered IP addresses, it treats the trial as a staged checklist exercise rather than a genuine user test. Beyond user behavior, the review system scrutinizes physical hardware. Because the Android ecosystem is fragmented, Google expects an app to be stressed across varying configurations. This leads to the device diversity failure. If all 12 testers are using the same phone model or manufacturer, the application will likely be rejected. You must utilize a minimum of 5 different device models and span multiple Android API levels, the specific versions of the operating system. The system also tracks developer activity. A major red flag is pushing 0 new app updates during the 14-day testing window. An authentic testing cycle requires iteration. You need to push at least 1 update during the window, with release notes that directly reference feedback from your testers. Finally, the human-reviewed production access questionnaire acts as a final hurdle. Generic one-sentence answers are insufficient. You need to provide a detailed, bulleted bug report linked to specific software versions. By cross-referencing hardware diversity, update logs, and questionnaire depth, Google's system evaluates whether you actually improved the product or merely waited for the timer to expire. Google's rejection message signals that your testing phase lacks the markers of an authentic software development cycle. To recover, you must replace the flagged inactive testers and recruit a fresh, hardware-diverse group of users. Second, generate active telemetry by assigning new testing tasks and pushing documented updates based on that feedback. Third, treat the production questionnaire as a formal submission. Provide explicit before and after evidence of the bugs you fixed. Passing the review requires a shift in perspective. Stop viewing the 14 days as a waiting room and start treating the period as an active laboratory designed to force product improvement before a public launch.